my name is Anna Redondo. Today I will be presenting my book talk on 3 historical fiction novels. The first one I will be mentioning today is Refugee by Alan Kratz. It is a Bluebonnet book. It was published in 2017. It is 338 pages long, and the Lexile level is 880. Now, this book mentions 3 lives of 3 children, all in different time eras. The first one, it mentions a little boy named Joseph. It's a Jewish boy living in the 1930s in Nazi Germany. When the threat of concentration camps were looming, his family decided to board a ship and head to the other side of the world. Now, there's another story of a little girl named Isabella, and her time period is in 1994. Due to her country socialism and things that were occurring, her family and her neighbors joined together, built a craft, and set sail to America. The other child that it's mentioned here is Mohammed. It's a Syrian boy. His story is based on the year 2015. He, within his homeland, was torn apart by violence and destruction and war. He and his family began a long trek towards Europe. What was amazing about these 3 children is how it tells the journey of 3 children and their families of what they had to do to seek asylum or even refuge in a different country. And all they want is safety and freedom. The other book that I read, I do not have the book since I purchased it through my iBook account. It is Broken Song by Catherine Lasky, published in 2015. It is 154 pages long, and the Lexile level is 750. This book was also great. It's also based on a Jewish boy, but this time era is at 1897. The little 15-year-old boy, Revenue Bloom, is a promising violinist who faces challenges living in Pale in 1897, in an area in Russia where Jews supposedly can live peacefully, but honestly they could not. He had to leave due to a tragic event that occurred in his home. He took his sister and left. And they journeyed upon nights and days until he was able to reach someone helped him, and he moved on and was able to seek one of his long family members that he actually never met. So being there, something occurred once again to him that he ended up sending his sister to America for safety and freedom, since he knew that his sister, if he ended up staying there, she will never be anyone. So he set her sail with her aunt. He stayed behind and tried to fulfill his uncle's prophecy, which was to be in the revolution for Jews. As time went on, things like 3 years went on, an event occurred that made him change his mind and decide to go back to America. This is a great read. All I have to say is don't forget to read the epilogue, which was a wonderful ending that really gave me the aha moment. Now, this book is a biography / historical fiction book. Great read to do. Those 2 books, the Broken Song and Refugee, both have in common of, once again, leaving their home country due to issues and looking for safety and freedom for their family. Now, the third one is a historical fiction. I love this book. It is The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963, by Christopher Paul Curtis. It was published in 1995. It's 210 pages long. It is a Newbery Honor book as well. This book is hilarious for children, has some great sense of humor. It's based on a boy named Kenny Watson, which is told in his perspective. He tells the stories of his family, which are nicknamed the Weird Watsons. As you read, you will find out why they're called the Weird Watsons. He tells some great stories, especially he even tells you how he's bullied and why he's bullied. But what's amazing is that his brother is one of the bullies as well. His brother Byron is also an older boy. Well, he gets into some big issues and he's a juvenile delinquent. So his parents decide to set sail, pack up their car, and go to Birmingham, Alabama. They live up north. They live in Flint, Michigan, where there's not a lot of racism, or they don't see as much as they would see in the South. So they drive down south. As they start going down south, they realize some things that he was never exposed to before. He's there, he's starting to have some interpersonal issues of maybe growing up. He's starting to change. His mind started to change. What else? I'm so sorry. So he tells that, but something occurs in that time period, 1963. There's a church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama, where he was there and actually witnessed. Something that day happened to him that made him think and change his inner self. This is a great read. Once again, it's about a child, of how he, and all these 3 books are great. They all talk about the child and how they change and what makes them change as they start getting to a certain age. So I highly recommend Refugee, The Watsons Go to Birmingham, and Broken Song. And this concludes the end of my book talk. Thank you.